if you're part-time, you need to make up money elsewhere.
Exactly.
So
you're lining your pockets.
Are they getting bought off?
You know, who knows? I'd like to see what kind of a car the stewards are driving.
Right.
You know? What
is it a little Ford Focus? No, it's not.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
Welcome back to Motorsport Podcast. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here to talk about I feel like I'm the least excited to pronounce this because I can't. The Spa-Francorchamps. No?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Spa-Francorchamps.
So we are obviously going into Spa weekend. I would say this is one of my top races, like if not my top race. I love this track. I just think it's so cool. It's historical. It's one of those like classic European tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit of, I thought like a little Q&A, not Q&A.
Yeah. You got some tidbits of info for us?
I'm going to make you guess.
Oh, okay.
So first we'll actually say, okay, so they've held a Formula One race here 80 times.
80?
80. It was first held in 1925. I want you to guess who has the most wins.
Most wins. I'm going to guess Michael Schumacher.
Oh my gosh, you're right. 6.
Yeah.
You won't get this one.
Okay.
Most wins for a constructor. This one surprised me.
Williams?
Ferrari.
Huh.
They have won 18 times.
That makes sense. Just longevity.
It does,
right?
yeah.
That tracks.
The circuit length is 7.004 kilometers or 4.352 miles.
Yeah. Longest track of the season.
Yeah. And so that's the circuit length. The race length is 308.052 kilometers or 191.398 miles, 44 laps. Okay. So last race, I'm not going to get into all the details because I know you're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Do you remember who was on pole? The pole
Oscar.
master. No, Charles. Can you guess who had the fastest lap?
Lewis.
Checo.
Oh.
Shocking, right?
Yeah.
I was surprised by that plot twist too. Anyway, okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about Spa, you want to chat about, we thought we'd talk about the top 5 Spa races, kind of historical, or I guess what we consider the top 5.
Yeah, I took the top 5, not necessarily the races, but
exciting.
The top 5 exciting moments or interesting, memorable, yes.
Horrifying.
Yeah, well, we can get into that after. But the top 5 most exciting, memorable ones that I think every fan should watch.
Yep.
Because there's some good stuff here. So the first one is 2000 Belgian Grand Prix. And this one is exciting because it has arguably the best overtake in all of Formula One.
Sorry, did you say 2000?
2000,
Okay.
yes. It's Mika Hakkinen overtaking Michael Schumacher for the lead.
Okay.
And it is just a masterclass in, I guess, strategy and guts. So in the race, Mika Hakkinen has been leading the race for most of the race, but he has a spin. And Schumacher ends up taking the lead. And Hakkinen chases him down. And then with 3 laps to go, Schumacher is defending very aggressively. But they approach one of the back markers, Riccardo Zonta. And as they're going past, as Schumacher is going past Riccardo Zonta on the Kemmel Straight, Hakkinen very bravely darts on the inside and passes both of them at over 300 kilometers an hour.
Oh, God.
And the reason it's so, like, if you watch it, you're like, oh, that's incredible to see. And then after the race, in the post-race interview, they're asking Hakkinen about it, and you can see he is just so proud of the move. And he's like, I loved it. It was incredible. I'm so happy with it. And he says, he looks over at Michael Schumacher, and then Schumacher goes, I wasn't expecting it. And he said, Schumacher calls it an absolutely outstanding maneuver, because even he was like, I thought I was in the clear because I had Zonta defending as well. He's like, you can't fit more than 2 cars along this. He's like, somehow he made it a third fit.
Yeah.
And it's an exciting race.
At a crazy speed, too.
At a crazy speed.
Yeah.
And it's a really great one that you see.
Is that the one where he said he knew he would break because he has kids?
That's Alonso that says that. No, that's a different one. So the next one I want to talk about is the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix, because this one is very exciting and very interesting. This is the one where in heavy rain, lap 1, turn 1, David Coulthard loses control of his McLaren and triggers an absolutely catastrophic pileup of cars. 13 cars get involved in this crash, causing apparently over $13 million in damages.
Ooh, I've seen this video. It's one where like it's just carnage and they're all directions crashing. Yeah,
it's everywhere. And then just when you think it's over, another car comes in and piles up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But so it's red flagged, obviously. And back then, the rules were, if it was within the first 2 laps, basically the start would be nullified and redone. So most of these drivers go back to their garages and they get their spare cars.
Oh, yeah, because this is that era.
Yeah. So
it's like you get a total redo.
Yeah, they got a complete redo. So in this, one driver is mildly injured. No one's severely injured. Which
is crazy because if you look at, like, I mean, you can totally find this video.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's like that old. And it's crazy to see. Like, it's just, you don't even know where to look because your eyes are just darting all over the place because it's like crash, 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 crash. Like, there's just heavy rain and just pieces flying everywhere.
And everybody walks away from it.
Which is like a miracle.
Yeah. So there's one minor injury where he doesn't do the second start. And then 3 other cars don't restart basically because they don't have the parts.
Oh,
they don't have,
because their car was just like obliterated,
or they just didn't have spares, right? Like they prioritized one driver over the other.
Was it Williams?
I don't think it was actually. But so anyways, they start a second. They do a second start, and it's a classic Spa race.
Yeah.
In the wet, very exciting. Until a little bit later, when Schumacher is trying to lap David Coulthard.
Is this the same race?
It is.
Oh, man.
I know where your head's going.
Yeah.
Schumacher is trying to lap David Coulthard.
Yeah.
And David lets off on the brakes.
Yeah.
But because of the spray and the craziness, Schumacher doesn't see.
Yeah.
And he slams into the back of him.
Yeah. And knocks off his
his front wing and his front right wheel.
His wheel's gone, yeah.
And so Schumacher, obviously, out. He's done. Coulthard is able to get back into the pits. Okay. Schumacher does drive around and get into the pits.
And it's like crazy because it's like that era of car where it just like it.
You could drive on 3 wheels.
Yeah.
And it worked fine.
It looked totally normal. Yeah.
This is the race where as soon as they get into the pits, Schumacher jumps out of his car and runs over to the McLaren pit and starts to get into Coulthard's face.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to beat his ass.
But it's crazy because it's pouring rain. The conditions, like, you can't see much.
Yeah.
And like, do we blame him for braking? Because he's going into a turn, isn't he?
No, it's down straight when he's going.
Are you sure? I thought it was going into a turn. Like, I thought it was like a slight curve.
Maybe, yeah, perhaps. I'm not totally sure. So anyway, the excitement there, because you see that whole thing of Ferrari trying to restrain Michael Schumacher. And apparently Coulthard said after, he's like, I'm going to kill you. he was pretty cheesed. Anyways, race continues on. In it, Damon Hill wins. It's the first ever victory for the Jordan team. But what I thought was hilarious about this race is, number one, it's got excitement with the multiple crashes.
I feel like Spa often has a lot of excitement.
It does.
Yeah.
In this, only 8 cars finished the race. Okay?
Which is still surprising considering how the
13
start went.
crashed at the beginning.
Yeah.
One of which is David Coulthard, who is in 2 crashes. He finishes in 8th.
That's crazy.
Right? He is 5 laps behind. But he gets classification.
But this is what you get in Spa.
Exactly.
Do you remember Spa? Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. Like Liam Lawson's, I think it was his first race. Was it Spa? Or am I like confusing it with something else? Where it was just torrential downpours.
I think Liam Lawson's first race was Zandvoort.
Oh, was it Zandvoort? Because it rains a lot there too. Or was it his, I don't know. What? Regardless, that's what it reminded me of. Just crazy race.
Anyways, next one I want to talk about is the 2008 Belgian Grand Prix.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, it was the Dutch Grand Prix. Are you a Liam Lawson fan?
I am not.
Do you love him?
I know this because I'm a Ricardo fan.
Are you president of his fan club?
And you know what? I own all the domains of LiamLawson1.com.
Because for some reason, I thought Daniel Ricciardo fractured his hand at the Dutch Grand Prix. Which one did he fracture his hand at?
At Zandvoort. And then they fly Lawson in, and he comes in because he fractures it in like FP1.
It does the same thing, Zandvoort and the Dutch Grand Prix?
Yeah.
Oh.
He fractures his hand in practice, avoiding Oscar.
Was it practice?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So I totally, in my head, was like, he fractured in a race, and then Liam Lawson raced the next race.
We'd have to look it up. My memory is he fractures it in practice, avoiding Oscar, who was in the wall.
Yeah.
And then basically they bring Lawson in.
Practice session in the Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah.
My goodness. See, I don't care that much about Daniel Ricciardo. No offense.
I know you don't.
But you are clearly obsessed.
Hey.
This is a level of obsession I didn't recognize that was there. So anyway, continue.
So we'll go back to the 2008 Belgian Grand Prix.
It's my boy Lewis.
This is your boy Lewis.
Okay.
This one's an exciting one, and it's interesting and controversial, I would say.
Okay.
So rain again,
Obviously.
as you do at Spa. Exciting race. It's basically been a battle between Lewis and Kimi Räikkönen.
Oh, my faves. Okay.
I know. The best. Räikkönen's in the lead, and Lewis is chasing him down, has been going after him very aggressively.
Sorry, is this when Kimi is still racing for Ferrari?
This is Ferrari, yes.
Okay.
So in the race, in the final chicane, Lewis goes for a move, and Räikkönen defends very hard.
Yeah.
And basically, Lewis has the choice of hitting him or taking the escape road and cutting the chicane. Okay. So he escapes. He takes the escape road and cuts the chicane. In that, he gets ahead of Räikkönen.
Yeah.
Okay. He immediately gives the place back.
Yeah.
Knowing he has cut the corner.
Yeah.
And has to give it back.
Lewis plays by the rules.
He plays by the rules, right? Immediately gives it back. But then in the next corner, Lewis, in a very bold move, takes the lead. Okay. And claims the lead. He takes it.
Yeah.
Couple minutes later, Kimi Räikkönen spins out and crashes. Okay. Completely unrelated.
Yeah.
You know, just error. It's wet. It happens. Lewis wins the race. Right. But then, a couple hours after the race, the stewards hand Lewis a 25-second penalty.
Why?
Because he gained an advantage off track.
But he gave the place back.
Yeah. Thus, the controversy.
So were they not paying attention? Like, did they miss that whole...
No. They said that even though he gave the place back, he put himself in a position where he could then take the lead at the following corner.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it ends up being ridiculous. Hands the victory to Felipe Massa. Yeah. We have our other opinions about him. So, I mean, there's been a lot of argument whether there's justice for this or not, whether Ferrari has, you know, a little bit of a heavy hand with the stewards.
Right, yeah.
So after the race, Niki Lauda says, and you and I have talked about this several times, he called for the formation of permanent race stewards, insisting that temporary stewards are not basically doing it justice. And he says he called it the worst judgment in the history of F1, saying it's absolutely unacceptable when 3 stewards influence a championship like this.
Yeah.
Jackie Stewart, 3-time champion, also says F1 attracts the largest capital investment in sport, but it's being overseen by people who are not doing a full-time job, and this is why we get inconsistent decisions.
Yep. Preach.
Which,
I mean, Kerry for president.
It is 2025, and we have the exact same argument going on.
But that's the thing.
Crazy.
Like, at what point are you going to say this is enough and like fix the problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's, you know what it is? Like, I feel like in football, you get bad calls from refs because, oh, sorry, I'm talking about like American football, not soccer. Well, I don't know. Now I'm just confused. The football where you throw the ball. So the NFL has referees, and they might make a bad call, but it's a consistent application of the penalty, right? So it's not like they're just like on the spot being like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
They've seen something. They've deemed it illegal, whatever it is, whatever you call it, like offside. They apply the penalty for what that is. I don't understand how Formula One, that is like a multi-billion-dollar business, is just like the Wild West.
Yeah. And they gave him a 25-second penalty because they said it would have been a drive-through penalty.
No.
But since the race was over, he didn't get to serve it. Ridiculous. I know.
I don't think that would have happened. Yeah, no, actually, no. I was going to say I don't think that would happen today, but
yeah, it absolutely would.
We've seen some wild penalties.
Yeah, it absolutely would. And that's the whole argument, right? Is why is this being decided by part-timers? And then, the conspiracy theories. Why do certain teams have so much pull over these part-timers? Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you're part-time, you need to make up money elsewhere.
Exactly.
So
you're lining your pockets.
Are they getting bought off?
Who knows? I'd like to see what kind of a car the stewards are driving.
Right.
What
is it a little Ford Focus? No, it's not.
I don't think it is. Yeah. So next race I want to talk about is the 95 Belgian Grand Prix. This one is the one where...
Sorry, wait. Say that again. 95?
1985.
Okay.
Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
This is the one where Schumacher gets his sort of legendary status of being a wet weather genius.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So starts off regular race. Schumacher has qualified poorly. He's in 16th. Mm-hmm. He's fighting his way through the pack. And then about mid-race, the rain starts to fall, as it does.
Yeah.
And basically everybody pits to put on wet tires. Schumacher goes for the bold call of, nah, I'm going to rock the slicks, and I'm just going to hang on for dear life and see if I can make it.
Okay.
He does. He continues on slicks, navigating through a wet track, like fully wet track. And he, pulls out into the lead. He is passing Damon Hill, who's on full wets. But then he does
full wets.
Full wets.
Yeah. So it's like it's raining.
This is like full on raining, and he's on slicks, and he's the only one on slicks. Damon Hill eventually catches him.
Okay.
On the wets.
Well, yeah.
But Schumacher is able to defend him,
which is insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then rain stops, dries up. Everybody switches back to slicks. Schumacher maintains his lead and wins a race for Benetton, who, at the time, not the best team.
Yeah.
But it just shows his crazy ability in the wet.
It reminds me a bit of Max. Was it last year? I think it was last year in Brazil.
Yes.
When he was like, was he like 17th or 18th or something like that, or 19th? He was really far back.
Yeah.
And then he won. He wasn't on slicks, but
no.
That was just sheer talent passing everybody.
Exactly, and that's exactly what this was. So that was the race that really gets him, the Rainmaster, title.
It's one of the reasons, so I love Spa. I think it is I would love to go there.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it rains, I feel like
almost every year, yeah.
And I don't like the rain. And I see those people sitting in like ponchos on the grass, and that would just...
It's not for you.
It's not my vibe.
No. So the next one I want to talk about is last year, the 2024 Belgian Grand Prix.
Controversial.
I like to say it's an instant classic because it delivered us some excitement and, as you say, some controversy.
Yeah.
So
team controversy.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, the big takeaway from this race is George Russell, right? Starts in, I think it was 5th, and he goes on this extremely bold one-stop strategy.
Yeah, what Lewis wanted to do. So Lewis led, like, what, most of
the race, yes. Lewis is leading most of the race.
And I was like, this is Lewis's redemption tour.
Yeah.
This is it, because he's already won at Silverstone. Now he's winning this race. This is his moment.
He does not go for one stop. He goes for the 2.
Yeah, because they made him.
Yep. George nurses his hard tires for 34 laps.
This is karma.
Yeah. And him and Lewis do have a late race duel, which George ends up winning. He ends up taking the win. But then, post-race inspection, poor Georgie boy comes in 1.5 kilos underweight.
Yep.
And is disqualified.
Which, I mean, it sucks for Lewis too, because he, like, at that moment he was like, my team isn't behind me anymore, because he felt totally like sabotaged by them. Rightfully so.
Yep.
So he's handed the win, which, like, that doesn't feel great.
No.
Like, he's like, okay, so this was taken away from, like, you're going through all of the emotions. Not that he's going to turn the win down, but like...
But it's not like the win at Silverstone.
No.
Where it is so meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it...
He had that win.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then they screwed that up, and it was kind of like the gods setting Mercedes straight.
Yeah. It's just... It's such an interesting view when you see the excitement of George. And he's so happy and so excited.
Oh, George.
At the end, like, after the race. And he is celebrating... And then just the absolute devastation.
Well, because it was a while later, right?
It was a little while later, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just...
like, they did the whole podium. They did all of that, yeah.
There's a lot of memes with his celebration and then his tears after. It's a tough... If you're a George fan, it's not a good one to watch. Yeah. But so those, I would argue, some of the top 5 moments in Spa history.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is interesting about this track too is it seems like the drivers are constantly lobbying for like safety improvements on the track, because they've had some like horrible deaths on this track. Like they had one, was it last year? It was like the Formula, like the European Formula, I don't know what it's called. Formula Europe.
Formula Europe.
And then there was the F2 driver that died.
Yeah, it was 2019.
2019. But did you see that the other guy that was involved in that wreck, he like basically like his foot was completely just destroyed. Like it was like obliterated, but he's made it back to F2.
Really?
Yeah, and he's doing great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like a little redemption story, but I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand when you talk about Spa, is like there still needs to be improvements on some of the areas where I think they think there's like kind of like blind spots.
Yeah. And as you say, it can be a very treacherous track. And, we've talked about how it seems to rain every single weekend there, that it can be very dangerous. Worst.
And it's high speeds too, right?
Yes.
Because they can get up to like crazy speeds there.
Yeah. And I mean, the worst being the 1960 Grand Prix, which for those that don't know is one of 2 races in F1 history where 2 drivers lost their lives. First being Chris Barstow, who loses control and gets basically thrown from his car, and this might be too gruesome, horrifyingly gets decapitated on a fence, basically. And then just like a few minutes later, like shortly after, Lotus driver Alan Stacey gets hit in the face with a bird going 190 miles an hour. Oh. And he veers off track and crashes. And then the car bursts into flames.
Oh, because that's like the era where they just did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, in a few laps, you have 2 young, great drivers not with us anymore. Which, I mean, the bird incident,
I mean, that could happen now.
It can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? There's been other animal strikes. You know what I mean? There's been like the spring that hit Felipe Massa. Right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
But it's.
Well, you're driving at that high speed. Like,
exactly.
If you hit anything, you're going to feel it. So.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like on a mountain.
Well, yeah.
So like.
You're in the Belgian hills.
You're like careening
in a forest.
Off. Yeah. Like I feel like it always delivers. Like I feel like it's always a really good race.
Absolutely.
Like it's never predictable. I feel like that's what I love about it.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's a good one. So we'll see what comes up this weekend.
Hopefully no deaths.
And hopefully lots of excitement.
Yeah, I'm predicting rain.
Yeah. I feel like it's a safe bet.
Can you imagine if it was just like beautifully sunny, like all weekend? I was watching this video. I have 2 things as my final takeaways. I was watching this video where it was like Oscar, and he was like, oh, it's like my downtime, but I'm driving on the sim. And he was driving Spa because he's like, oh, it's like my favorite track. And he was like, oh, this part's really scary. He's like, but at least on the sim, like I can just hit the reset button like if I crash. And then the other thing I was watching recently, I don't know if it's like old or new. It must be older because Jack Doohan was in it. It was like a BuzzFeed video where it was like quizzing F1 drivers on their North American driving. I guess it was like a US driving test. Mm-hmm. And it was like showing, and they're like, oh yeah, obviously I'll pass. Like this is so easy. And like they all failed. It was so funny. Like, cause I guess I didn't realize that the signs are different in Europe other than like language. But there's like
speed. There's
different signs where like they're not the same.
Yeah.
Or like how you treat like an intersection.
Right.
They all seemed very confused by the word intersection. And I was like, did they call it something else?
What do they call it?
Do they not have intersections?
I mean, they would. Of course they do.
Is it just like roundabouts?
I mean, there's lots of roundabouts in Europe, but they have intersections.
They must call it something else.
What do they call it?
Because they were all like, what is an intersection? And like a 4-way stop. And they were all like, what is this paint? I loved it. It was highly entertaining. They also don't know when to turn off high beams when you're approaching a car. It was good. I recommend the watch. It was entertaining. And Charles kept being like, my English isn't so good. I don't know. And he says it in like perfect English.
Perfect English.
I'm like,
yeah, his English is perfect.
Yeah. It was good. Entertaining. Worth the watch. I like those like driver quizzes. I feel like they're always like really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, well, we will catch you, I guess, next week.
After Spa.
Yeah, after Spa.
Yeah.
Okay. Adios. Motorsport Podcast is a Vorbeck Media production. Follow us on Instagram at Motorsport Pod. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our YouTube page, Motorsport Pod. Bye.